What's going on, guys? It's Clay, and I hope we're all having a great day today. Today we have a bunch of Call of Duty news, and probably some of the best Call of Duty news, at least for me personally, that I have seen in a very long time. So there's two big things that came out yesterday. The first thing that came out was the Call of Duty Season 3 delay. There was about 13 days left for Season 2 if you wanted to finish the Battle Pass until Season 3, and now it is 31 days until Season 3, and this is because they say right here, this is a big moment for Call of Duty Warzone and Black Ops 6, and we're taking the time to deliver a great experience starting on April 3rd. Now, I actually have a lot to say about this delay, but I'm not going to talk about it yet because I want to talk about the next thing. Ghost of Hope has a Modern Warfare 4 leak, the Call of Duty for 2026. Last gen is finally getting dropped. I knew this would happen around this time frame because everyone that was saying like, oh, we need to drop old gen consoles, it wasn't about the fact that people couldn't afford to get the next console. It was that there was no reason to. Why would anyone switch to the next console? Especially because for the average gamer, there's no new games that are on next gen consoles. The problem with developers is that half of their player base are on last gen, so you need something to move them to next gen, and the only game that is going to do that is GTA 6. So once GTA 6 comes out, most people are going to move to next gen, and then game studios are finally going to be able to drop last gen because it isn't like a money problem. They know it hurts them. It's just most of their players are still on last gen. More traditional UI like the older games, more traditional than BO6. Thank God they hired that Hulu fuck ass developer. Engine being overhauled, being developed on dev kits for the next Xbox, and no Warzone 3 if Verdansk fails to retain current and returning players. And this is huge because they delayed it. First of all, I know you're excited. I'm excited. How am I not jumping off of the rails for what I just read? Trust me, I was yesterday. Yesterday when I read this, I started like jumping like a fucking orangutan. So no Warzone 3 for Verdansk fails, and this gives this delay even more pressure. It's been a rumor for a while that this was the case, that Warzone was going to get shut down if it didn't keep returning players. Now that the community knows what the factor is, if Verdansk comes back and it's not good, it's going to make the hate for Verdansk twice as bad, because now people are just going to be like, okay, well now the game's getting scrapped. Twice as many players aren't going to commit to the game anymore because they know if they don't see a big boom with Verdansk, or if it's not good, why am I going to invest into Warzone anymore when I know it's going to be gone? So it pretty much puts twice the pressure on the community, on the players, on Activision, on everything, and on Verdansk for this to be good. And like I just said, it's going to double the hate because everyone's going to be like, oh, Warzone's getting shut down. Oh, it's cooked. Oh, we're fucked. Now, what I was originally going to say with Season 3 being delayed, this has to be in the worst state ever for this to be delayed. Do we understand how many times Call of Duty, I wouldn't say multiplayer drops are that buggy at all, but Warzone drops have been such a fucking nightmare all the time with crazy bug crashes. Do you remember like the 2019 where you were able to drive a vehicle into like a corner in Quarry and it would crash the entire game? Like, do you remember that? We have seen Warzone launch in the most unplayable state season after season multiple times in its life cycle of 5 years. We have seen it all the time. Them to delay this means that this shit is unplayable. It means it is the most unplayable state ever because we've seen they don't give a shit about bugs. They don't give a shit about bugs. So in my eyes, this means that this is incredibly unplayable. And the community doesn't feel like that. The community is going to be looking at this fine polishing, the little bugs. They're going to be looking for all of that. And most likely it's still going to be here. So if that's still here, the community is just going to rip you alive. Like, what the fuck are we doing? And this isn't even the worst part because in the files, Verdansk was actually supposed to come out in Season 1. It's just more Raven's bullshit, not being able to develop on time, not being able to use resources correctly, not having good leadership, not meeting deadlines, that Verdansk got pushed back. Not even a new thing, by the way. This is a returning thing. How the fuck are you fucking this up so bad thing? And also, I have another thing to say about Season 3 of Call of Duty. Let's just say this is in a good state. It's polished. There's not a lot of game breaking bugs. There is going to be bugs. Okay, let's just say that is a fact. That is going to happen. Let's just say they hit it right. It's optimized well. Verdansk feels great and everything's fine. It's the best thing that they could have put out, right? You are still going to hate it and it's still going to fail. In my opinion, seeing the no more Warzone 3 if Verdansk fails isn't even an if. It is a failure. Like, just say goodbye already. This is failing. And I hate to be a negative guy. In my opinion, there is no way that this is a success. Like, 0 ways that this is a success at all. Because in my opinion, Verdansk just wasn't that good of a map. It really wasn't. And there were so many factors of what made old Warzone good that weren't actually based on Warzone, like COVID, like the times, like people being younger, like people being really dog shit at the game. All those things don't exist anymore. It's going to be a sweaty cesspool. It's not going to be the same. You're not in the same environment. You're not in the same times, and it's just not going to work the same. And also, it's not like Fortnite either. They're trying to bring this back because they're trying to pull an OG Fortnite, but you literally cannot do it. It does not function the same thing. You are two completely different entities. Just because you are a BR bringing back old shit does not mean you can do the same thing. The reason why Fortnite bringing back the old shit worked was because Fortnite evolved into a completely different game. Warzone is still the same fucking game, just with shitty changes. That's it. Nicks and crannies and random bullshit and decisions. That isn't the same case for Fortnite. That's why Fortnite bringing back the OG thing worked, was because what made that so good was like the ecosystem of the game, the map and the weapons. What made old Verdansk good was not the map and the weapons. And guess what? You can't even bring all of the weapons back. You're gonna have 4 Modern Warfare weapons to work with that are new. You can work with some Modern Warfare 3 guns, but even then, you're gonna have all these people that come back, don't have anything leveled up. They're gonna get shit on, absolutely, because of the skill-based matchmaking, and they're just gonna get off and it's gonna fail. And that's the end of Warzone. I just do not see a way where this succeeds in any way. I just don't, because this hasn't even came out and there's already so many negative things being said about it. And on top of everything, season 3 is being delayed because of Verdansk, obviously, and that also sucks because then everything else is getting delayed. The weapons that are coming back, the content that I was able to make, all of it is gone. The zombies map is being pushed back, everything is getting pushed back, all because of Raven is so fucking incompetent. Also, I see a lot of people doubting that this is going to happen. A lot of people are just in denial. One, this has been a thing that has been talked about for quite a while. It's just now that Ghost of Hope brings it up again. Two, why are you surprised? It is a free game mode. The only money that they make from Warzone is people buying cosmetics, and if you have a lower player count, less people are buying cosmetics. When half of your community is fucking pissed at you because you do a dog shit job, nobody's buying cosmetics. Like, it's just that simple. Of course they're going to want to go back and invest into the multiplayers because people actually buy the releases. They buy those games every year. You're not buying shit playing Warzone. In the 5 years that it's been out, there hasn't been a single historically standout multiplayer experience in COD at all. I completely disagree. Cold War's multiplayer was such a banger. Oh my god, I would die to go play Cold War's multiplayer again. Oh, but go play BO6. BO6 just feels like a regurgitated Modern Warfare 3, all right? No, Modern Warfare 3 and BO6. I would say BO6 is great. So yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this? In my opinion, I'm not as excited as I normally would be, you know, talking about Warzone potentially being scrapped. That is because I just woke up like 30 minutes ago. But I am very, very excited to potentially see a future where we don't have Warzone. A lot of people are coping. That's not gonna happen. I am bookmarking all of those tweets for that Warzone shutdown announcement. Oh my god. I've always been a Warzone hater. I've had good experiences on Warzone. It's just design-wise, I never liked it. I'm just glad that we can just, you know, move on from Warzone ever since 2019. And a lot of people are saying like, oh, ever since Warzone COD went to shit. Ever since 2019, it was really everything that 2019 brought to Call of Duty. I don't think it was all Warzone, but it's still funny that you can blame Call of Duty's problems on Infinity Ward. And hey, maybe with the Warzone being gone, that we can go back to COD developers being on different engines. Maybe Treyarch could go back to the old Call of Duty engine. I think it's potentially interesting, you know, to maybe be able to go back to the older Call of Duties. I think it gives Call of Duty, you know, more opportunities not having Warzone, because Warzone was just always a thing that just, in my opinion, slogged the game. But yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait for this shutdown announcement. I mean, it's already there, man. Just say goodbye. It's gone. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What are your guys' thoughts about this? I'm interested what other people are saying. I mean, everyone that I'm seeing is just like, yep, fuck it, burn, let it die, and that's it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.